Hey, welcome to day 2 of the Samhain Sessions. Lovely to have you back. The message from the wisdom of Samhain is all about gratitude and sacrifice. The Celts celebrated 3 harvests, and the October 31st harvest was the most serious. The first harvest in August was for grain or bread for the year. The second in September was for fruit, sweetness preserved in jams and wine. But the third harvest was different. This was the blood harvest. Communities had their cattle and sheep in highland pastures all summer. Now they brought them down, knowing the hard truth. They couldn't feed all these animals throughout the winter. Difficult decisions had to be made. Which animals would live to breed in spring? Which bloodlines would continue? The strongest were kept. The rest became food for survival. But this wasn't casual killing. Each animal's death was witnessed with gratitude and ceremony. The blood was saved for special sausages and puddings that would provide protein throughout the winter. The bones became tools and instruments. The hides became warm clothes and blankets. Every part had purpose. Nothing was wasted because this death meant the community's life. The last bundle of grain cut from the fields was special. They called it the Old Woman and wove it into beautiful designs. This wasn't just decoration. People believed it held the spirit of the harvest, the life force of the fields. It was kept safe inside all winter and brought out in spring to bless new plantings. Some communities would shout and celebrate when cutting this last bundle, crying out, "I have it, I have it," to show they'd captured the harvest spirit safely. After October 31st, anything left in the fields was cursed. They said the mischievous spirit, called the puka, would spoil any remaining crops. Ever notice how blackberries get bitter and withered after Halloween? That's supposedly the puka's work. This belief ensured everyone harvested on time and shared resources before winter. Halloween, on the other hand, keeps the pumpkins and corn stalks as decorations, but forgets the deep gratitude for sacrifice that created the original celebration. So now I'm going to find a message for you regarding that feeling of gratitude and sacrifice. And this message is actually from the Sacred Hags Oracle. And your message today: imagine some ancestor in spirit who lived in a time that ended long ago and yet in some way still is. Imagine them sharing your passion for whatever you might name your art. Gardening is an art, cooking is an art. So too are singing, decorating, parenting, spell work, and anything that brings about a new creation. You, as an artist, do not have total control over that creation, but rather choose to masterfully dance with universal energies and chaotic forces that influence your work. Imagine your ancestor standing next to you while you speak these words at your bedside. Blessed be the hearts that ache with unnamed longing for some unhatched creation. May they take solace in the warmth of infinite possibilities. Thank you for tuning in for day 2 of the Samhain Sessions and hope to see you tomorrow.